Girl, to get a lot of dough, anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphone. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah.
Trying to get a lot of dough
and dirt through all the obstacles,
cause anything is possible.
Oh man,
I got a lot of goals.
Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. All I know is get paper. All I do is shit major. Bought a condo on the top floor and the building's a skyscraper. Feeling like I'm Kobe, LeBron for the Lakers. Feeling like I'm Idris, Paul Walker, Taker. New Rollie, no diamonds in it. New Porsche, all dimes in it. I'm infatuated with fine women. Corona extra with the lime in it. Just a taste of Henny. Used to be a penny pincher. Now I'm in plenty business. Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Yeah. We grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. I lean with it, I rock with it. Locks under my socks fitted. Tahoe with the black tint. Houston girl, heavy accent, but my whole swag is magic. High five, fantastic. Make the money stretch like elastic. Making moves that you couldn't imagine. Eating, still watching my calories. Just to pull in that big boy salary. It's just the way that it has to be. I'm a bad boy, Mike Lowry. While I'm sipping this Henny, and all of my niggas is with me. Yeah, grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of goals. Stack that bread and vomit nose. Anything is possible.
Oh shit, he back. Dark Waters done came back. Connor, what's good, man? Hey, for y'all who don't know who OG Connor is, the moderator in the chat, Connor is a Dogman OG. Years and years of Dogman experience. You smoking cheap cigars, dog? Hey, I sent you some pictures of some cars, Connor. You never told me what the deal with them cars was. Dude got a whole yard. His fence blew down during the storm. He got a whole yard full of cars, man. I know I can go over there and get one or two of them, man. I need you to look at that picture and talk to me. I told you I wanted to do a car deal with you, man. You think I'm playing with you? Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is Talking Dogman Show, and I am your host, Dark Waters. My real name is James Williams. And the reason why I'm streaming tonight is because this is one of those nights where I don't want to be alone. So I'm going to be acting a plumb fool. For those of you who are members of the website, I just posted Unc's obituary. You'll see it on the front side of the web page. If you want to know what Unc looked like, you want to pay your respects because his story is coming out soon. I got a call coming in tonight from one of our other friends that's close to Unc, was very, very close to Unc. And you guys are going to hear some stories about how much of a clown this dude was. Also, why there's only 48 people in here, I don't know, but your motherfuckers about to miss out some shit tonight. You got your 84 Cutlass. Yeah, you told me them Cutlasses are like gold. I think they had a Cutlass in that yard, man. I'm telling you, look at the picture I sent you, dude. You gonna miss out on some shit tonight if you ain't damn, dog, let me hold on, man. Hold on, y'all bugging. No, you don't just call while I'm in the middle of my intro, dog. Hold on, dog. You bugging. I got you. Threw me off. The Cutlass, yeah. I mean, I saw Cutlasses out there. So I'm gonna go back over there tomorrow and send you some more of the pictures, man, so we can do a deal. Now, got a couple of things going on tonight. Now, y'all know I don't really be doing shit for Halloween, but when I do stuff, I do it big, man. I can't help it, right? So, this was about to go down. Halloween night. Let me switch the graphics so y'all can see it. I don't like waiting. Halloween night. Live. Campfire stories. Right in front of the camera on Dogman Cams where all the activity happened last night. Where we got the eyes shine. So this is what's going down. It's in conjunction with IamDogWaters.com, DogmanCams.com. And this is the crazy shit. So I spent 2 hours this morning on the phone with the company Reolink. Reolink is the company that built the cameras and designed the cameras to stream live. And I wanted to make sure I could do this without getting in no trouble. Because Halloween night, from sundown to sunup, I'm going to unlock that one camera where he's going to be out there in front of the bonfire telling stories with me on the phone, because I ain't going out there and sit in front of no goddamn fire. I'm not going nowhere near this shit. I'm going to unlock that camera for everybody. Everybody going to be able to go log in on their phone. You can be able to watch it here, or you can watch it on your phone. Either way it go, because you can listen to it on your phone, you can watch it on your phone. But everybody is going to have an opportunity to log in and see it live. I don't give a shit who you are, even my haters, especially my haters. Especially those people who like, oh, don't want us, you such a fraud, you don't never do nothing. Oh, don't want us, you just be lying. Everybody. So, over the next couple of days, I'm going to be giving out the instructions on how to download the app. I'll walk you guys through it. That's only from sun up to sundown, because people pay for it, but we're going to open it up to everybody that particular night. Now, here's what's about to happen. We're going to take some calls. Then I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to kind of go over what happened last night. Somebody's talking about an orb. That's Mike. Yeah, Mike, it was all kind of stuff going on last night. We about to deal with that again tonight. We're going to take some calls. Big John wanted to call in and talk. Big John, give me 1 second. I'm going to open the lines up for you. We're going to take some calls. We're going to talk about some Dogman. We're going to look at that camera live here. I'm going to see if I can get Vault to go back out there and mess around. Well, he has to kind of go back out there because he's got to adjust the camera because it's moved over to the left too far, and the IR light is bouncing off a tree, which is not allowing it to reach deeper into the woods. So we're not getting anything but darkness deep into the woods. So tonight you're going to get, I told him you're going to be telling the stories, Vault. So tonight you're going to be getting some shit. So buckle your seatbelt. We ain't going nowhere right now. We're going to be here for a while. You know what I'm saying? Go get some chips. Go get your soda. If you got to take a leak, go take a leak. Well, number one. Number two, do it early. You understand what I'm saying? Do it early. Get it over with. I need y'all to hit the like button and get the likes up because we had 81 people and 36 likes. So handle that for me. Let's get it going. We'll talk about more camera placements. Let me just address that really quickly. So here's the challenge on camera placements. This is the biggest challenge, and I'm just going to have to spend money for Vault to travel and put them up. The biggest challenge is asking the person. For example, let's take Connor. Connor in the chat. Connor's a friend of mine. Like, I consider Connor a friend. If he called me right now and was like, DW, I need help, I would help him. All right? And I feel like if I called him, he would help me. So the challenge with the camera is this. How do I ask that friend to go into Dogman territory multiple times to place a camera when I know this ain't no fraudulent shit? I know what's there. For example, take Connor. Connor's camera, and Connor, you can vouch for this. He's in the chat. He had to freaking go down a cliff and up the other side of a cliff to get his camera up there. For whatever reason, that camera was connecting, and we could never get it to connect again. We just couldn't. I can't ask him to go back out there, go down a cliff, up the cliff, to fuck with no camera when it's he in Dogman territory. I'm not doing it because that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I got to take the L on that. So I had to pay Connor his money. Look, keep the camera. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm not asking my boy to go do no shit like that. That ain't right. Now maybe we can put something on his house if he down for that. But I'm not. Leave that bitch where it is, Connor. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing that. That's crazy. Um, because he's had real Dogman activity. We ain't talking about these made up interviews and made up lies and made up stories. Like this dude got real shit. And every person that we deal with has had real activity on their property. That's the reason why we targeted it for a camera. So that is the problem with the camera project. The problem is you have to ask someone to go out there in dangerous territory. Now, Valdo go because he crazy, and he about that drama. Um, so at the end of the day, that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's the issue. So um, that's what we at. All right, so let's open the lines. Let's take the calls. Big John, I'm about to open up, baby. As soon as I open up, call before anybody else call. John said he wanted to make a statement. Hit me up, John. It's open. Let's go, baby. Oh, I thought you was calling in. All right. Let me get this ready while we're waiting on that. So, topic of the night. Let's see. I'm thinking. Let's go with this topic. The worst of the worst. No, let's not do that. Let's go with this is the topic of the night. When you're calling in, would you go into active Dogman territory? You, the person that's calling in, would you go into active Dogman territory? That's the question of the night. While you guys ponder that, let me get this ready to go and get it up. John, I thought you was calling, man. You called like a few seconds ago. Call back. The line is open. Oh, maybe, just maybe, nobody knows the number. Wait. We don't want that running. We don't want that noise right now. Hold on. All right. Let's get this together. Number 504-354. There we go. This is Dark Waters. Who am I speaking to and where are you calling from?
Hey, James, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. This is Big John.
Yeah, this is Big John, brother.
What's up, man?
Not much, brother. Listen, man, if it's okay with you, I need some knowledge. So the best way I know how to do it is I know that certain people listen to your broadcast.
Yes, they do.
So I was just going to ask if anybody remembers working in any type of official capacity in Missoula, Montana, if they remember the incident that happened out at Julie Street at KO Campground, and if they can get a hold of me, and also any programs that were running for children in Houston, Texas during the mid to late 80s.
Okay, so why you want to know about all that?
Okay, do you remember our conversation, the very first conversation we had about my family dealing with these walking wolves?
You probably have to jog my memory. You really probably would, because that was years ago.
Right. Well, what is my family knew about them. I did. Well, there's the first instance I had, the sheer presence of one of them looking down at me woke me out with their presence. And I tried to get my cousin's attention to get up and look at it before it runs away. But, like, the emotion in its eyes changed. You know what I mean? From a primal, wild... I'm not getting articulating shit, man. So bear with me.
Just say it. Don't worry about it. Just talk. Ain't nobody judging you, pimp. Let's go.
It went from a primal, like, I choose to hunt you if I see fit. But the minute Hoyt told me to roll around and put my back to the window, I didn't. I looked into his eyes, and it went from a primal range to more of a human curiosity look.
What does a human
You know what I'm
curiosity
saying?
look? You mean a human curiosity facial expression look?
The eyes, man, the eyes, the facial features, but mostly the eyes, because that primalness wasn't in his eyes no more.
You're losing me.
If
So
that
you
makes
got to.
sense.
No, it don't. So I'm trying to figure out how. All right. So when we talk about eyes and facial expressions are directly connected. Are you telling me that the
Right.
eyes change from like dog looking canine eyes to another type of eye? What are you? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
From a wide-eyed primal instinct, like I hunt you when I choose fit, like this primal rage in its eyes, to okay, his eyes lowered down. It was more of a curiosity. It was more of a
Like it
like
made a
okay,
decision. Basically like it made a decision. I'm not gonna eat your ass. Is what you're saying.
pretty much. But it was more than that. It was a curiosity of normally your kind don't act like that towards me.
Oh,
You're
I get
more
what you're saying.
curious of me also. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense.
It kind of makes sense. What's throwing me off is so normally the eyes are a part of an expression, but you're not saying that any other facial expressions change. It was just what you got from the eyes, right?
Right. Because I was focused on the eyes. But the presence alone woke me up. So that presence was still there, that primal feeling was still there. But once it like closes eyes as a understanding curiosity type of thing, that the predator was still there, but it was like, okay, you don't act like normal how you're like my family acts. You just don't ignore me. It's like you're curious about me. That's how I got from it.
I got you. I got you.
Like, oh yeah, I could tell there was human intelligence in his eyes. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. Okay, so how does that tie into your request, though?
Okay, my request is this was over a 3 year period. They followed me and my mom and I into Missoula, Montana. But I never told you this. I never told anybody this. But the more memories I get back, I think they came in. And if it wasn't for my neighbor, like shooting at with a shotgun or whatever, because all I remember is bright lights and trying to hold on to this thing's hands, and trying to lift up out of its hands without cutting myself on its claws. But the stomach part, after I flipped over, the stomach part was hard as concrete, man. Like there was no give,
Wow.
if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I remember bright lights, I remember a shotgun, and I remember being in shock. And I'm just trying to figure out anybody in the Missoula area that's either with the Lolo Park Service, the Sheriff's Department, or anybody that would remember that incident at KLA Campground on Julie Street, if they can contact me.
I got you. So you're trying to figure out if anybody, because you were so young, you're trying to figure out if anybody remembers what happened, so you can get somebody to contact you.
Exactly, because my family refuses to talk about it. They had to move off their land shortly after we moved out back to Ohio. And these things were there a lot, bro. Like a lot. We would mimic each other pretty much all night.
That's
Like it
wild.
got to the point where I could feel where they were at before I would see them.
All right, so would you like my help with this one? Because I'd be more than happy to help you with getting to the bottom of it.
Yeah, most definitely.
This
Because man, go ahead.
No, go ahead and say what you're gonna say. I can tell you what I'm gonna say anytime. Get it off your chest. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Like the the I thought the last memories I had of it was one of them going through my window and placing their hand on my left shin, and it was so cold, it was so rough, but it was yet so gentle. But yet the raw power was still there. Like if it just flinched, it could snap my bone in half. And I didn't sleep in my bed for months after that. Months. Like I jumped clear from my bed to my like bedroom door.
Wow.
But I can't remember if I opened the window or if they opened the window. And there would be times where I would look out my window, and this is the KOA campground, bro. And I would see several of them like squatting down how they do, like on their asses. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
And I remember the person on, not the person, but the thing on the right eyes glowed. The rest didn't. Now all I could see was the silhouette, the hair fraying coming off their bodies, man, and their muzzles. But what got me is I remember a man had to come in and changing our locks because someone twisted the lock so hard it snapped it. So if I can get a message out to where maybe the next door neighbor remembers, or a sheriff's deputy remembers, or one of the park rangers from the Lolo National Ranger Station up on 9 Mile where I originally lived, and I had most contact with these things. Maybe hopefully under God's grace, they'll get a hold of me and let me know what the fuck happened, man.
I tell you what,
Because
Big John. Listen to this. Listen to me. So this is what I want you to do. Go in your email. Email me the address or the location where you were. Email the date and the time period it happened. I have two private investigators that I work with. One is working on getting me in contact with some people in in Mexico that had that werewolf attacking that town. And then I have another private
right?
investigator that's doing nothing. I will put them on a task, and what they'll do is they'll go through and find old police reports. They'll go through and they'll try and find any trace of anything happening, and then that'll be where we can start. I'll help you with it, but email me. All right?
I mean, I appreciate it, man. I tried calling Lolo Ranger Station. Now this was in 94, 95, and I got Missoula Sheriff's Department number, but I haven't had the courage to call them. How am I going to explain that to them, man? You know what I mean?
That's why I have private investigators go, because you're not going to explain it to them. You're going to have a private investigator try and find out about an incident that happened or any kind of police report or anything like that. You're not going to call them and say, hey, man, I think a werewolf came in my bedroom, because you're going to sound like a motherfucking idiot. So what you're going to do is you're going to have that private
No,
investigator reach out and try and find out about any incidents that happened in that time frame. What month of the year did this happen? What month was it?
I honestly I don't know. It happened between 94 and 95 because shortly after we left, the family had to sell well up on 9 Mile their property,
Okay,
and I
and you.
think I pissed them off by because I stopped communicating with them
So let me ask you this. So when your family sold their property, your family sold their property, right? You guys owned it?
after we moved.
Okay, so then talk to your family, find out when the property was sold. That gives us a pinpoint and date and time of when it happened.
They won't talk to me about it at all.
Well
My
then,
cousins have blocked me.
that's fine. Well then, all I need is that information, and the private investigators can go through property records, and they can find out when the property was sold, and then they can narrow it down. I'm gonna let you go.
So
Shoot
if
me
I,
that email because I gotta go on and do something with the cameras. Shoot me the
no,
email with as
Dogman.
much information as you can, and I'm gonna call. And I'm telling you, if they're gonna dig into it now. If you sure you want them digging into it, because they're gonna dig, and it don't
Yes,
cost me a
I
whole
want
bunch of
them
money.
to dig because I can remember my next door neighbor coming out and bright lights, and it dropped me, and but I was in shock.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? Like I was in complete fucking shock. But I can remember their bodies being hard as fucking concrete, and me trying not to cut my hands on trying to turn around on their nails from the fingers, which their whole hand covered my torso, man.
I got you. I got you. All right, Big John, I'm gonna let you go. Let me get on to the next part of the show.
All right, brother, I appreciate it.
All right,
Uh,
all right, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all heard me commit to doing it. I definitely he got to send me the information because I got people that'll dig it up. Just be careful what y'all ask for, man. Hold on, let me get this lit. All right. So I'm gonna give you. This is an interactive show. I'm gonna give y'all a choice. We can take more calls, or we can go to the camera live and see what's going on the cam. Which one y'all want to do? One is to take more calls. Two is to go live to the Dogman cam and see what's going on over there. Y'all decide. Vote in the chat. In the meantime, I'm gonna sit here and light this. I think I need to put this cigar out there. That's two for sure. Two, two, two. Thanos snap. Thanos, what's up, baby? Two. Okay, well, fuck. It's two. Easy E. The ones is there. It's literally no ones. There's like one. Everybody's a two. All right. Hold on. Vote. Are you in here, Vote? Because I need him to mess with the camera. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's bust a move. Let us bust us a move. Let us bust us a move. Anubis. And if you guys notice I'm streaming more, it's because I upgraded this computer so I can actually do a lot of stuff faster. Like for real, that I couldn't do. Like videos, you're gonna see videos coming fast. A lot of stuff is gonna come out fast. All right, let's go here. That's not the right thing. I need to go to you. I need to add this. I need to add display capture. Go there. I need to go here. All right, we're gonna make you big. All right, guys. So I'm not gonna be able to see the chat for a second. Get some volume. All right, so last night, well, fuck, something back over there now. All right, so let me walk y'all through what happened last night. And we're gonna have to talk about. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can get about on the phone because I didn't see him in the chat. I'm gonna tell y'all what happened last night. If I get him to answer the phone, he gonna answer the phone. He always answer the phone. Hey, you can adjust that camera and get it off that tree right there, so the IR light could go further back, so we can see what's back there. Also, that eye shine is back there again. So be careful. Well, it's definitely there. It's just that it's not picking it up as much as it was, but it's definitely there.
I'm going out. Hold on.
All right, but you got to move it to the right to where it's not bouncing off that tree.
All right.
All right,
Here in a second.
all right, bye. So let me explain to y'all what happened last night. So last night, I'm gonna turn the crickets down. So last night we are all on Dogman Cam stream, right? And I don't know how Carrie, why Carrie's not in the chat. Carrie, let me fix that for you. I'm gonna have to fix it later. Maybe I can fix it from my phone. Um, Carrie Edwards, who is now designated as the camera watcher. Carrie, you gonna get? I'm getting ready to go in tomorrow and start refunding you money and giving you stuff for free. Um, so Carrie was talking about a spider web on this camera, and I'm pretty sure she's in the chat. She just can't talk for some strange reason, and we're gonna figure that out. She was talking about a spider web on this camera. So we are trying to get Vault to go out there to remove the spider web. Well, he goes out there to remove the spider web and just does crazy shit because he's crazy. He wants to wander around in the woods. He's like, I'll go back there in the back. So he walks down out there into the darkness. The camera picks up a hell of a lot more light, a hell of a lot more of that darkness back there when it's adjusted right. So he walks back out there and goes disappears back into the woods. I don't know where the hell he went. Well, we found out today where he went. Disappears out into the woods, and then we notice, and right here on this side, right there. All right, that's a little bit more, Vault. Hold on, let me call him and let him know. But y'all notice how much more it picked up once we adjusted it? If we can get that last little bit of that tree off of there, it'll pick up everything. Hey,
Hey, man.
hey, can you do it just a little bit more so we get off that tree? Because that's what an IR light is still picking it up, just like an inch to the right.
I was trying to move it and watch the.
Oh yeah, that shit is back over there.
Yeah, I know it just growled. Yeah,
Um,
but see, it's way lower. It's
yeah,
down in the bushes. See, last night it was way up there in the bushes.
yeah, that's it's there though. Go over just a little bit, just an inch more.
All right, hold on.
All right, there we go. We good now. Now it's lit. Everything is lit up. Like that area we couldn't see last night is lit up. Everything is lit up. All right, we good. Yeah, we definitely good.
Since I'm out here, I might as well play.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's still over there, dude. Just be careful. Don't be fucking around. Cause now it's like looking back and forth, darting back. Guys, so this is the area we were talking about yesterday. This is the eye shine we're talking about. If I'm not mistaken, guys, yesterday it was higher. It definitely was higher yesterday. It was way up here.
It was up there in that little black area.
It was way up here.
Yeah. Look, it just moved.
Oh, it's moving all around. And so let me finish telling y'all the story. So anyway, we around here messing around, fucking with the camera. We got about 80 people in the stream, and Carrie started talking about the spider webs. Vault goes out there to fuck around. And then he does exactly what the hell he doing right now, which I'm not. Well, I don't know why you doing that. You need to bring your ass back. And so he goes off into the woods, and then comes back, and we notice that eye shine. So then he goes into the area to the right of him where the eye shine is, and you see another eye light up right here, stand up, and then disappear. And we all freaking out, like looking at it because it was clearly there. I mean, it was clearly there. And so then we today, well, then this morning, Kerry caught a photo of this creature in the woods right there in the trees. You can see its eye, you can see its forehead, you can see its nose. And then Vault went out there and did a video where he went directly into that area and went way back there. Found tree breaks, prints, all kinds of stuff. But for Halloween night, what we're going to do is he's going to set up out there right close to the camera and do a bonfire, and we're going to tell some stories for you guys for Halloween night. And you'll be able to watch it live on a camera. You'll be able to watch it live on a stream like it's doing right now. Luckily, this computer is fast enough to where we can stream at this level to where you can see it. Um, and that's what it is. What's going on out there?
I hear something, but I can't. It's more than one. I don't know if you can. Back this way where I'm pointing now, there's something right over here. And then this one over here is going at me. That's what that noise is. You hear it on the phone. I'm trying to keep the light out of my eyes so I can see.
Just put the phone in your pocket.
That's what I'm thinking of that.
Now, guys, for this light over here, this eye shine right here, which is still there, we debunked that today. We tried to debunk that today. That's an eye, and we know it's an animal or a creature with one eye, for sure. We know what that is. And if you notice, you see nothing else like that on this camera. You see dots like this, and something was right there, but you don't see anything. Well, it just fucking left. Where did it go? It moved.
It's trying to move over here to get a better position on me. All right. I got you upset. Okay. I got one. Oh, shit. Back off. How do I get myself in positions like this? Alright, there's one to the left of me. You see that tree right there? The big tree that's right to my left. I'm pointing at.
No, we can't see it because there's bushes in the way.
Well, there's one about, it ain't probably about 15. Alright, I'm going to light your ass up.
Just keep back. It ain't nothing behind you.
No, I know it ain't nothing behind me. I'm watching the one to the side.
Keep back and then get out of there.
Alright, they're both in front of me now. There's one right there, and there's one right over there.
Yeah, you can't see nothing over there.
I know. The tree's right there in the fucking way. That's where I was. I told you today. It looked like they had done been in there stomping around. Well, I got the camera in front of me now. God damn, I'm back way the fuck.
Yeah, you went way back. You should have came to the right.
No, I was going where I could see light, where I could see shadows behind me. Cause I know there's nothing there. It's not there now. Where the fuck did it go?
That eye shine to the right started moving again. At one point in time, it was stationary.
Right there. That's where one just was. Dude, I could hear it breathing. They don't like it when this is the most I've interacted with them messing around, and like I said, what I want to do that night at the campfire is I want to build a campfire right about here. That way I can put my back to the camera and I can watch this, and I'm going to tell the stories.
Well, that's what we're doing. That other
They're
one to the
doing
right is moving back away now. It must,
it.
or it's just swaying back and forth.
It's swinging. I don't know what it's doing because the one that was to the left of me just went down and towards the right. It's staying right in the edge of the wood line. They're doing the same thing they did earlier today on that video. It's like they're trying to draw me in. That's an ambush.
Well, ambush your ass back into the house.
Yeah, I could though, because if I just run away, I'm going to give them leverage. They think they're getting like if you give these things an inch, dude, they'll take a mile. I'm just going to stand here and hold my ground. They come out, then we got a problem. But they're trying to lure me. So I just heard a big tree knock straight in front of me back there. Did y'all hear that?
I'm not picking up any noises on the phone.
I think a damn dog just barked over here to my left hand side, and ain't no fucking dogs out here. I just heard a big ass dog bark to my left, way back off in the woods. Hey, you hear that? That's a howl. That's not a bark.
I'm not picking up on nothing.
Hold on, I got you in my pocket. Take that. It's really, it's out there. It's a ways off.
I just heard something fucking go. That ain't your. I'm watching you. That ain't your hand moving with the camera.
No, I guess Cobra's watching because he just walked around to the front. He gave me a sign that Cobra's walking around to the front side corner of the house. So he's back there. I'm not exactly out here by myself, but he's a little bit camera shy. I always said I had a face meant for radio.
You do have a face man for radio.
Hey, if y'all catch a little light shine or something right in that area, by that big, right in between the two big trees, that is stars coming through the skylines up there. But I'm talking about it's up there by where the winds are. So I just wanted, because I seen it just then, it caught my eye and I had to look. Or a plane or something. That's in the sky. That's not on the ground. I wonder how these will react to a fire. The ones at Booger Valley do not like a fire. Like I said, you build a fire out there, and it sounds like you just walked into the chimp enclosure.
I don't know. We're gonna find out on Halloween night.
You're right, we are.
We're gonna definitely find out on Halloween night. How long you got to stay out there?
I'm fixing to come back in because I don't even see. Do you see that one over to this side?
Yeah, I still see the eye there.
Yeah. See, the other ones done went back. I think that was a sentry. I think that one right there is waiting to see what I'm going to do.
Oh, that bitch is there. I would have to confirm with other people that it's lower than it was. To me, it looks lower, but I gotta confirm with everybody else that it's lower. It looks lower to the ground than it was the other night.
Well, you got a screenshot of that.
I don't know. Hold on.
Yeah, dude, I just heard a howl right off there, and there's nothing around here that should be howling.
I don't even know how to take a screenshot. Let me move this over.
Hit the camera. Down there you'll see the video, and then you'll see the camera. Hit the camera. The people don't realize how much of an issue it was to get power hooked to that thing. I had to get real freaking creative for that shit.
No. But we had to get power to it because the battery was draining. Jenny, that is an eye by the tree trunk. That's what we've been talking about for the longest. This right, you back in the house?
Yeah, I'm back in the house.
All right. Call it. Hang up and call in.
All right.
Jenny, that is the eye shine. So um this right here, this is the same area. But if I'm not mistaken, anybody who was in the stream last night, let me know. I would have to go back and look, but I think that shit was way up here last time. Like it was higher. In fact, it was in this open area last time. I'm pretty sure it was in that open area. Smudge Mummy says it was. She watched it early. I know. I'm thinking it was higher, but thank you for confirming that. For sure. That's wild though, man. That's that next level wild shit. Yes. So the to answer your question, Jenny, the IR camera gives off this purple glow in the night. So it looks like a purple, just like a purple light in the darkness to them, and you can see the purple light. And I think that's why this one here, whatever this is, I'll try and get the picture for you guys and show it to you over here. I think that's why it kind of chills and it's just fucking there, man. Looking at the camera. If you should hear the audio of the woods. Hold on. I hear the audio of the woods. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all confirm if you can hear that? If I need to play with the audio so you can hear. Hey man.
Hey, that damn plugging that camera up, giving it all that extra power, man, boosted the picture and everything. Well,
Oh, I can believe it did.
I just hope it don't burn the camera.
So you heard a howling while you were out there?
Yeah, I was standing right about where that little bush is, right in the center of the screen right there, and you can hear the howling right to the left, way off in there. And then when that howling started, the one that was right between them two trees right there, it snuck up right between where them two trees are, because it's a little woodland here right there, like a little finger of woods. And it moved back because it done come in from behind me. I heard a stick break is why I turned around, and dude, I could see the outline of it. And it looked like Andre the Giant standing back there behind me.
Wow.
But it was standing where that tree and that bush right there is covering it from the camera. And like I said, but I could see it because of the moonlight coming down. But like I said, all I seen was the outline, and I could hear it breathing, doing that. So I take that as not being in a friendly kind of mood. So
no, I could definitely.
Where's that eye that was over there?
Right here.
I don't see it. Oh shit! I got my damn shit paused. God damn it! Hold on, let me refresh. God damn it! I gotta turn this. I got too many freaking buttons in here.
Yeah, there you go. That's it right there. Let me see
Hold
if
on.
I can. I gotta mess around. Maybe I gotta get on this other computer and get Carrie in here, but I won't do that for her.
Hey, this thing is moving, dude.
That's what I know. It was moving the whole time. When you went out there, this is how you know it's something for real. When you went out into the darkness, it moved closer. That eye moved way over here where it was almost hiding behind this tree. Then as you backed out, it came back out and over, but it moved way over here.
I got it up on my big ass monitor. I got a 55-inch monitor, and dude, I don't know what to tell you. What I can't make out any facial features, but that ain't there. That ain't nothing down. There ain't nothing. My video, I walked right through there.
Damn, she nuked that motherfucker quick. Whoo.
What'd he say?
No, this was the people that come in the stream and like to post the porn. So my woman stays on the.
Well, guess what? You just got made famous, man. You talking to she got a quicker trigger finger than I do.
I think she got this quicker trigger finger than me. All right, so that's what we're talking about. That area right there, guys.
Dude, that motherfucker just blinked. That's how much it's looking around. That's why the eyes, the head's not moving. The eyes moving. It's looking around.
Oh, I already know. We already know what it is. We know.
Well,
for
I know
sure.
it's that one-eyed bastard. I believe he squatted down over there. Well, see, there's some bark rubbed off a tree, and it looks like they've been backing up to that tree and squatting down, and leaning up against that tree because they done rubbed all the bark off right there. If the people want to see this area in the daytime, go watch the video that I put up earlier. A walk in the woods with Walt, and you get to see all that back there. There's no lights right there. See, it's looking dead at the fucking camera right now. Now it's looking over to the side. What the?
Dude, that's crazy.
Okay. Well, like I said, this is the most interaction I've had with them, and they don't really like it. I can tell because, like I said, they're slowly getting a little bit more antagonized. So I'm trying to figure out where to go from here. But I'm building a campfire out there Halloween night. I don't give a shit if damn Frankenstein shows the fuck up.
We might need to leave them alone until Halloween night. You know what I'm saying?
We might need to. But all I can say is if they show up, they better bring their own hot dogs and their own s'mores because I'm not sharing. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Right in the front of where that camera is going to be perfect for the campfire.
Hold on, let me try and find this photo from Carrie, and then I'm gonna try and get her back in here.
Yeah, I want to get Carrie on a live stream and talk to her and get her. And dude, there was just something right behind it, right there in the middle of the screen, right by that big tree. And I popped out from behind that tree and went back in. Did anybody else see that?
You talking about right here?
Your cursor ain't moving. What the fuck? Okay, go down. Go to the other side of the tree. Not that side, but right in where that V is right there. Whoa, go up just a little bit. There was an eye down just a hair. Right.
You talking about in this area right here?
Yeah. You see on this side of the tree, there's a little V. Your cursor's almost right beside it.
This
right
V
there.
right here.
There's a little V. No. Over on this side of the tree. It's a little bitty V. On the other side. The right side.
I don't see no V.
At the left. No. On the right side. You're on the left side.
This the right
Yeah,
over
go
here.
down.
I'm on the right side.
All right, now come. Oh, your cursor hadn't moved up for me. Go down. Whoa, right. Dang it. Right there where you just were. Go back down. All right, come over. All right. Whoa, stop. All right, go down a quarter of an inch with your cursor.
In this V.
Go over. Yeah, just right beside that. You see where that little V is right there?
Yeah.
Right over there, right in there, an eyeball popped out from behind that freaking tree. Y'all go back and watch the stream later, an eyeball will pop out right there, like it looked from behind the tree. Look, it just there it is back there. You didn't see it? He just moved his head. Right above your cursor, there was a almost a shiny spot. There it is again. It's starting to show up again. There it is. You see it? It's right above your cursor.
You talking about right here?
Go up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Go up. Now I'll tell you when to stop. Go up. Oh, right there. Now go over to your right just a little bit. Go over to your right with your cursor. There's a white dot right there that keeps coming and going right there. Yeah, just right below where your cursor is now.
I'm going to leave it there for a second.
There was something playing peekaboo right there. See, that's where that damn thing walked up to a while ago and got beside me and behind me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, like I said, there's a finger of woods about 20 yards wide that run. It kind of that's the edge of it, and then it just gets deeper and wider as you go back.
All right, I found the photos. So
I don't see the little peeky no more.
Forward.
I can't even see. What the hell have I done so I can't see? Oh, I know what I did.
This thing's still hanging out right there, though.
Yeah. I done hit the wrong button.
All right, that's enough of that. They're already going to be aggravated because there's a shitload of people with that camera that can access it. All right, guys, the phone lines are open. Call in. Tell me what you think. I'm closing that out. Let me go back and fix this.
Right. You give me a hang up so somebody else can call in?
Yeah, hang up so somebody else can call in.
All right, man. Talk
All right,
to you in a while.
I'll talk to you later. Damn it. All right, let me get the number back up there in case somebody want to call. That's not right. 504-354-0143. 504-354-0143. Feel free to call in. It's 300 of y'all in here. Somebody gonna call in. Big John, we gonna go dig up your past, man. I hope you're ready for that. For real. We're gonna dig up your past, baby. I hope you're ready. Alright, while I'm waiting on a call, let me go in here and let me fix this for this young lady. Cause that's not cool. But yeah, guys, that's what we experienced last night, and I'm gonna get the photos, so you guys can see it. What we were talking about. So give me a second. I probably should have had all this up, but I do dumb shit sometimes, so forgive me. All right, let's see. Community. All right, I am looking for. Hey, this is Dog Waters. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's up, Dart? This is Chase.
What's up, Chase? What's happening, pimp?
Not too much, man. Yo, you think Dartwater? You think old Vault is down to fry a little bacon on Halloween?
I don't know, bro. Frying bacon is a problem. You know that's a big problem.
I I think everybody really get to see what's going on.
Yeah, you get to messing
All
with that
right.
bacon, it's a problem, bro.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Well, yeah, I just was gonna say stop, call in and just say, hey, man, and that I ain't gonna lie, that kind of exciting. I was trying to drive and keep up with it at the same time, but it wasn't working out too well.
No, it's all good. It's all good. You can go back and watch it on the stream later. Don't wreck your car trying to watch it for sure. Don't wreck your truck. Gotta make your money, man.
Nah, man. Nah, man. They don't call us the professional drivers for nothing.
I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
All
I'm
right, bro.
100% with you.
Yeah,
All right, man.
just want to shout out, man. Say, hey, dude.
All right, bro. Catch up with you.
All right, later.
All right, later. All right, let's find this. What's the hell? What the hell? What the hell? All right. I don't see why Carrie can't talk. She is not in the. She's not one of the 1,000 people banned on here. Man, I ban a lot of people. And you got to realize, guys, I unbanned a shitload of people. Um, when it was that situation with Josh Turner, I unbanned a whole bunch of hot pockets, and then clearly there's still a significant amount of hot pockets because this shit is insane. Wow, you ought to see these fake photos in here. All right, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna scroll through. I don't know why she can't talk in here because she is not in this group of banned people at all. Nowhere near that group. The phone lines are open if you want to call in. I'm just drifting through this and I'm about to go get this photo and open this photo and show you guys the photo that we caught earlier. I just want to see if I can get Carrie in here. I don't know why it's not letting her talk because she is not here. I see that crazy bitch Christina in here. Crazy bitch. Um, nope. They should put this in alphabetical order though if you want to unblock somebody. No, 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 no. I don't know why. You're definitely not blocked. I don't know what's up with that one. Close that. All right, let's grab this email, guys. I'm coming. Let's download that. Let's save that. We'll put it there. Let's open that. Just open it in something, computer. Just open it. Open. Alright, so let's see if we can share this screen. Someone is in the chat is asking about drone cameras. So let me tell you what my plan was. Um, I call him Um, Chinese Tran is a hacker down here. I had discussed with him designing and programming a drone that would have a base like on a back porch, right? And that drone would take off, fly over an area where there's like dogman activity, but it's got to be dogman activity around someone's house. Would take off, fly, ride until its battery is down to, ride until it's 80% of the battery is used, then return and land back at the charging station and dock back down, and then do passovers over an area. He had promised me that he could write the code for it to do it. I just never got to the point where we did it. So that's definitely in the making. All right, let me get back over here. And let me go this and capture window. Let's see if it's going to give me the window. Photo. Alright. Boom. Alright, that's the, let me just bring this all the way up. That's the tree. That's the eye that you guys are seeing. This is the head. This is that missing eye. So what we're looking at on that screen, what you see bobbing back and forth, is a creature that is literally missing one eye. Let me sign out of this for a second, so we won't be bothered while I talk about this. So what you're looking at is a creature that's missing one eye. And here's that eye, that golden eye shine that you see. Here's the nose. Here's that missing eye right here. Here's your brow. You see how you see that muscular brow that leads down to the nose? And here's your head. Now let me go back. Let me bring it like this. Here's the branch that you guys are seeing, or you were seeing. Let's do this. Let's do this. So here's that same tree and that same tree branch. Here's that eye. Unfortunately, this photo does not do justice when it comes to giving you the height from ground up. Now, this is what I thought was weird about this. So you can clearly see, and this is Carrie's capture. You can clearly see this head here. Somebody can call it pareidolia or pareidolia. That fuck all that. That ain't what that is. What's crazy is all this distortion down here. Now this is bushes, and you got to go look at the other video to see when he goes back there. But this is bushes. But I just thought this was odd, how this is distorted right here. Now it's not no distortion there. Like, it's just in that area where you would expect to see the rest of the body. It's distorted. I don't think I can zoom in on this any further. No. I can do this to make it bigger though. Alright. Are you guys seeing what I'm talking about? Eye. Golden eye. And if I go back to, did I close it out? Yeah, I did close it out. Watch this. If I stop this for a moment and go back to my original image and hide this, and I come back and I go back into the app, let's go back into the app. We're gonna go back onto the camera, and now you understand what you're looking at. Give me 1 second. Let's go back to the camera. Where are you? 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 Boom. Let's go back here. Let's show you guys the camera. Display capture. Go back to the camera. Alright, so we're back at the camera. And there you go. Now, that wasn't out there earlier during the daytime. We confirmed it with people looking at the camera in the day. We confirmed it by somebody actually going out there during the daytime. That anomaly was what the best way to say it, which is a freaking eyeball, was not there. And you can tell that something's swaying back and forth. Look at it. Look how far over it's going. Back to the left. Back over. Back over. I'll zoom out just a little. You get a better look at it swaying back and forth. It's looking like it's almost at the same height from that photo that we have from earlier. Now notice there's nothing else like that out here. There's no other eye move. There's no other anomaly that lights up like that. Like, let's zoom out. Let's look for something. I'm gonna look for any other dot. Let's look at this one. It's not lit up like that. Go back and look at this one. Clearly lit up. Um, there's nothing else like that anywhere. There's something like a little flashy dots there. Like you'll see little dots flashing, which are leaves reflecting IR light, right? But there is nothing else. Well, I don't know, something right here, but I think that's leaves. See, there's no real movement or swaying with that. You see what I'm saying? Compared to what's going on right there. Nothing whatsoever. And you can see it moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Look at it. Look at that shit. Vault wants me to cut the light off to show you guys how dark it is out there. Let me see how I cut the light off. Um, I think that's how you turn it off. That's not turning it off. Let's see. Vault, you gotta turn the back porch light off. You must have turned that on when you went out there. That's even better. So now that back porch light is off. There's your anomaly still there. Let's go here. Audio light. Stay off. Boom. That's what it looks like out there without the IR light. And oh, don't tell me it's not gonna come back on. So there you go. Now turn your porch light back on so they won't be coming up to the fucking house and acting crazy. But you can see it even better now. I mean, that's clearly an anomaly. Clearly an anomaly. All right, so you guys see what we were talking about last night. Let's go there, go there, go there, You guys see what I was talking about? Let me close that so the people who are members, I won't be messing over their battery. Let me answer some questions in the chat. I'm gonna open the Skype back up. All right, that's back open. So, question in the chat: is there any way to do a live thermal camera? No, not that I know of. When I searched for cameras, I searched for a IR camera and thermal camera, um, and there was nothing but this. Guys, y'all welcome to take a snapshot of the screen and run it through whatever you want to. Um, Someone says that's a spider on its web. Okay, explain the photo of the gigantic freaking head, bro. Someone wants to know if I had anything about Gator Man. I did a story about Alligator Man in State Line, Mississippi. Look up the State Line, Mississippi stories. Oh, Big Lucian, you got nuked. First you got deleted, then you got nuked, pimp. Oh yeah, it was definitely something in the photo. Can you have someone make a combo for you to have a thermal camera with the other camera? I don't know, bro. I mean, that would probably cost a shitload of money. Maybe if we can get this project rolling and we can get some funds coming in, then we'll do something like that. But right now, no. What there is that we can get, um, yeah, go look at State Line, Mississippi. Sunshine, what's up, pretty girl? Can anyone ask for a live thermal cam, right? Civilian cam. Well, if you guys find one, I'll get the money to buy it. I haven't seen it, guys. A live thermal civilian cam. Jeffrey says, put a invest in an RC car, put a cam on, and run it out there. Man, y'all bugging. Listen, I know for a fact we can get a thermal drone. That the problem is we need to program it to where you got to use for the Southern Boy for the UID. You have to use the capital letters. Don't use lowercase letters. Or you can scan that QR code. Just pull it up on your computer and scan it. All right, so we can get a thermal camera on a drone. The issue is just programming it to dock and charge itself. Like I was saying earlier, and we can do that. The thermal camera drones are upwards of $2,300 to get a good one. There's drones that shoot fire, man, that you can get. Okay, if you got a drone and you ain't bullshitting, I'll holler at you and we can do something. And I'll just get Tran to get Chinese Kevin to deal with the programming. Someone asked a question: do you think the more good evidence you collect, the more chance the alphabet agencies pay you a visit? I mean, I don't know at this point in time. We'll see. I mean, this project definitely is going to push the limits. I think as long as the most important thing for safety is that it's streaming live. So, for example, there's probably 50, 60 people watching that camera right now, right? So, for example, the evidence that Carrie caught this morning. If something runs across the screen and she catches it and 20 other people catch it, what are they going to do? They'll hack a website. But that's why I made the weakness is not the website. The weakness would be the app. You have to stop. You have to kick people off the app. The app is provided by Reolink, which is a huge corporation. So in order to stop you guys from seeing this, they have to hack the app. They have to just pretty much hack Reolink. So we're hiding behind a huge corporation and the technology they have in place. That's why it's a great thing that you guys actually get to process it and see it through the app as opposed to the website, because the website is constantly under attack right now. I guarantee you, if I log into my Hotmail account, which gives which shows me the login attempts, it's probably been 50, 60 login attempts on the website since we've been talking. Just, a denial of service attack, just constantly. It's been going on for over a month now. So, and that's why it takes a lot to get into that website and mess around with it. So I think that in order for the alphabet agencies to actually knock that off and do something with it, they got to go through RealLink, or they got to threaten RealLink and say, okay, sue this dude because he's using too much bandwidth or whatever the hell they're gonna do. That's why I called them today about this Halloween thing. So Halloween night, just so you guys know, Halloween night. Let me put the image up there for you guys. Where is it? You gonna want to be hanging out with me on Halloween, pimp. I'm telling you, you want to be where we at on Halloween. We run around with these fools. 30 scary stories. Halloween night, 30 scary stories. The best of Dogman on Halloween night. Put that old fuckboy shit down and come holler at your boy. Nobody doing what we do. Nobody at all is doing what we do. All right, let's get back to the calls. Let's make sure this open. All right, 504. Damn it, I don't remember the number. 504-354-0143. 504-354-0143. What do you guys think about what you just saw? Do you think that's something there? Do you think it's a spider web like Homeboy said? I don't think he should have got nuked for that. I mean, it was kind of like his opinion, but he got nuked, and I don't, we nukers over here, so I ain't gonna be mad at him getting nuked. Yo, this is Dark Waters. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name is Nick. I'm calling from Washington.
Nick in Washington. What did you think about what you saw, Playboy?
I find it very interesting, and I'd like to see a lot more.
Did you call the other night? Your voice sounds familiar.
I've spoken to Sean a few times.
Okay, cool. All right, so share your thoughts on it. You think it's an eyeball? I mean, with what you saw on the IR camera combined with that photo, I feel like, and I got to use the word feel because I'm not there. I feel like we caught something, man. I feel like we caught something.
In the picture you were showing just a moment ago, yes. I clearly see something. I'd like to know more about what it is,
I don't know what the hell it is,
I remember... I remember the picture you posted on your Facebook community tab a while back that had like that big head in it.
You want the one from Fort Pierce, Florida? Or you talking about the big head one that was in a cave? So I posted one that had a gigantic head that was in a cave. I posted one
that one big one that looked almost like the evil dog in the Never-Ending Story, almost, that big one.
Was it was it inside a cave or was it in the woods?
No, it was the one in the woods, but it was a big head.
Okay, yeah, that was
over a log.
That was at Taylor. That was from the Taylor camera.
Oh wow, okay, that's in Taylor.
Yeah. That was something to me. People said it was nothing, but dog, I thought that was something. That it clearly looked like a big head to me. I mean, there was no way. I don't know. You saw it. Did it look like a head to you or not? I mean,
it definitely looked like a head to me. I mean, I looked at it and I immediately saw, okay, the viewer is supposed to see this picture and immediately tell that this is a head. And I thought it was clear as day as far as that goes. Well, it was an exciting picture. I think it would be cool if more could be captured like that,
No, I think we can capture more. Taylor was very active. That camera was extremely active. That's the camera that the power cord that connected the solar panel was sliced. And I really believe that's because people were playing around with the alarm and hitting the alarm button in the night in the dark, and I think it pissed them off. But Taylor was active from day one. That camera was very active from like the minute it went up. and it never stopped until it went down.
Is that the camera that we saw you drive out on that long levee to mount, or was that a different camera?
That was the one in Bayou Sauvage. No, that Taylor is in Mississippi. That Bayou Sauvage is in eastern New Orleans in this wildlife refuge. Back, that's the one that got drug away. That's the one that I did something stupid, man. So I went out there and I was talking to somebody who's a veterinarian. He was like, "I suggest you go out there and urinate on the camera and mark your territory and see what happens." So I was like, "All right, I got to go back out there to adjust the camera." So I got out there and I urinate on the camera, and then 2 days later, the camera's gone.
Yeah, they must not have cared for that very much, huh?
Nah, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so.
Nah. Well, I was hoping I could tell you a little bit of some things I've experienced real quick.
Man, this is what the show is about, man. Talk what you know. What's on your mind?
Oh, absolutely. I grew up in central Indiana, and about 6 miles from Grissom Air Force Base. If you've ever heard of that,
I've heard of it.
Kind of center of Indiana, near the town of Kokomo. So I grew up around there, and this would have been the 80s and early 90s. And there were definitely weird things associated with that. So I've always had sort of multiple streams of things you could describe as paranormal or supernatural going on. The thing about the base was it's really interesting because on one hand, there are a number of local Indiana ghost stories involving ghosts on that base. And one of them is associated with a bomber that crash landed, and it had a nuclear payload with it. And
What?
they decided that a bomber crashed at Grissom. It had a live nuclear weapon on it. And they decided that it wasn't safe enough to try to get it out, and reclaim it. So they basically just pushed it into a big pit and covered it over with concrete. And at least through the 90s, every now and then in the local papers, you'd see that they were like expanding the concrete over it, like it was seeping and stuff,
Right.
And associated with this plane crash is actually a ghost story.
I like
the
ghost stories.
pilot, like the pilot, sometimes is seen to like walk away from where the crash was at night in the winter, and some people have even said they've seen the tracks later in the snow. So I don't know a personal witness to that, but I do know that story is in a couple of books about like haunted Indiana or whatever, like a topic like that. So I grew up hearing stories about that, about Grissom. And I grew up also hearing stories that there's a lot of backcountry roads down there. You can drive down and never expect to see another person. So I've heard stories, and these were from servicemen who said that they had seen at night going down some of those roads, large military vehicles with like flatbed trucks that were carrying things that, well, the people talking to me said they weren't quite sure what they were, and suggested, what if they were something maybe UFO related or something. So I didn't personally witness any of that, but these were just the sort of stories I grew up hearing from time to time.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. You think that had something to do with your experiences?
Well, yeah, for sure. Because hearing about these things, it got me very interested into it. And I was at one point kind of watching the skies just to see what was going on, because Grissom sort of got into an inactive state in the early 90s. And now for the most part, I think it's mostly closed, but you can still see like flights, especially like the big tankers coming in and out. So while I have these things going on, there were other sort of like paranormal things going on in the area too. My grandparents had a cattle farm, and I know that usually they didn't, usually you don't have a bunch of calves die.
Right.
And my grandparents are kind of sentimental about their animals, and I've always seen, like, when a calf died, they dig a hole in the field and bury it. They wouldn't call the animal cadaver truck to come get it or some stupid thing like that. But this one year, they had a bunch of calves die, and they drug them out to the very back end of the property and just built a big funeral pyre. And every year, I was young, I'd go out there and play, and I'd come across these charred bones, and I just always got to thinking about it. And I was finally like, what happened that summer with all those calves that you guys burned? Because I know you don't do that. And they were just like, don't talk about it. And that is the only one experience on the farm that really raised some questions in my mind. So my point is, just growing up, these things would happen from time to time, or you'd hear someone say something similar. So that's always led me to feel like something is definitely going on. Maybe a couple different things are going on, but I don't feel like I've ever come across a smoking gun to say, aha, this is it, exactly what's happening. Like, I've never seen a Dogman. Although I will tell you what, I have been out in the woods at night and felt very afraid all of a sudden, almost paralyzed. And I have to wonder if maybe that's from some of that ultra low frequency sound that people talk about sometimes. I do know that I was able to get myself out of that situation. And it was basically always like breaking the paralysis for me was always just like very forcefully thinking, this thing wants me to be afraid. I have to not be afraid. And it seemed like things would back off at that point. I don't know if that jives with what other people have to say.
Kind of does. You got to tell me more about the experience. Like, while you were in the woods, how often were you in that spot? Was it something like a one-off thing? Were you hunting? What was going on?
Well, for the most part, it was me just sort of being young and running around at night in forest, but it was my family's property. So I wasn't just like off in a state park or anything, but things would be normal 1 minute, and then the next minute, all of a sudden, I was like, something does not want me to take one more step in this direction. And, really giving me a sense of, I need to stop and consider what's going on. And in some cases, I felt like the answer is to slowly back away and leave as quickly as possible. And in other situations, I felt that would have been the wrong thing to do. And I needed to sort of, bow up a little bit and try to present myself as not afraid and possibly ready to go. I mean, I'm not saying I could fight a cryptid or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody can fight a cryptid, dude. I wouldn't. If I was you in that situation, I wouldn't do anything but get the hell out of there. I wouldn't do anything but get the fuck out of there, man. Let me ask you this question: have you ever played with any magic? Dabbled in magic?
I'm not proud of it.
Because I could feel it coming off of you.
kind of thought you might say that before I called.
Oh, brother got gifts. I got all kind of stuff around me. What did you dabble in?
Well,
Go ahead.
I
You
was
done
sort of
go
like
on.
at
Don't
the
be
I was
ashamed.
I, no, I was sort of at the right age in the through the 90s and early 2000s to have been maybe in the target audience of some of the new age books, things like that. And I was reading about cryptids too. I got interested in divination, primarily with tarot cards.
Mm-hmm.
I had been a Christian. I've been baptized. I feel like I'm more back in that camp now than I was for a long time. But I was engaged in, I guess, what you would call a neo-paganistic religion. And,
And which one was that?
yeah, sort of an eclectic sort of thing. But I sort of was drawn towards the Egyptian sort of pantheon.
That's not light work though. That's heavy work right there. If you're messing with that.
Yeah. Primarily, I was following the goddess Bast
Mm-hmm.
from that pantheon, and I was also actively trying to make contact with non-physical spiritual things. I know that's stupid. I was dumb and watched too much TV, maybe.
What made you
And
do that
I
though?
wanted. Well, I had always felt that there was something real. I mean, when I'd been younger and going to a Christian church, I had felt spiritual power there. But a few times when I first became associated with more or less occult activity, I could also feel a power there too. So I guess in an extent, I was just trying to understand it and reconcile it between, I guess, the occult and Christianity, which might have been a fool's errand to begin with. But I'm like, if somebody has a spiritual gift of prophecy or speaking in tongues or whatever spiritual gift you have, I felt it can't be bad to explore it. And maybe that's a trap right there.
Absolutely, it is.
Maybe, yeah. I had to learn these things as I got a little bit older. But like I said, just through all of that, the weird stuff at the base, weird stuff on the farm sometimes, and then some things that I felt like going on around me. But like I said, I don't have anything that I can just say, here's the smoking gun, because there's nothing I can replicate like a scientific experiment,
Right. So how old are you when you're doing this? You in your teens? Early 20s?
Yeah, teens, early 20s.
Were you recruited by anybody
And
to do it, or did you just do it on your own?
there were other people like at high school and even like early in college that were, into the occult or the new age or just like real vanilla Wiccanism sort of stuff. And I'd talk to these people and have interactions with them, but we weren't like part of a group or anything.
Oh, I gotcha. So they didn't bait you in, the pretty chick, to have sex
No,
with you and get you to messing with stuff.
no, none of that.
Oh,
A
that's
lot
good.
of these people seem to blend in elements of Christianity into it as well. So there were certain things some people wouldn't do. Like there were some people that were into sort of like energy work or the idea that, they could lay on hands and heal, but they would never touch a Ouija board. Things like that. People would have things they do and then things they would not do.
When is the last time you went to church?
Uh, It's been a minute, a year and a half ago.
And have you had like weird, strange shit going on? Cause you got some heavy shit on you, bro.
Okay. Let me tell you this. I'm having a really bad time in my life, and I go to spend some time at my sister's house because we had been estranged since childhood.
Okay.
But I call my sister and I'm like, we're grown up now. I think that maybe some of the bullshit from the past we could forget, and I'd like you to be an active sister in my life, and I'd like to be an active brother in your life. She was like, okay. And I'm like, hey, can I come down for the Easter weekend? She's like, sure. And I was like, I'd like to go to church with you because she's a church-going person. And when I went to church, this was Easter. This was their Easter service probably 2 years ago. I go into that Easter service. No shit. I 3 or 4 people who I had never met before came up to me and said something to the effect of, I got a word that one day you would be here, and I'm so glad to finally meet you. And like 3 or 4 people I'd never met before came up to me and said this. And then after the service, the pastor comes up to me and says that he knew I was coming too. Now, remember, I didn't tell my sister I wanted to go to church with her until like the night before. They weren't warned by my sister. So that was really weird. But then the preacher takes out this prop he had been using for his sermon, and he had this little piece of rope, and he had a little bit of black tape wrapped around one end of it, and then a long part of it with no black tape. And he held this rope up, and he said, everybody look at this. This little spot where we have black tape, that's your life. The rest of this rope, that's for eternity. So you just have this little bit of space here to prepare yourself for forever. Like this rope was his visual aid.
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the sermon, when he came to talk to me, he handed me the rope and said, I was told to give this to you. And that is the single most strange experience in my life when it comes to issues of precognition.
Let me ask you this question. So what happened for you after that? Did you give your life to Christ? Did you see any changes in your life? Are you still having a rough time in life?
Well, I went to church a few more times with him when I could. I didn't live in the same town. And I went through a phase almost for a whole summer after that Easter where I was having constant religious thoughts. And like sort of my ideas about Christianity, how Christianity can be reconciled with science in many cases, or at least I believe so. And, that was something, it got to the point where like I was asking the priest or the preacher at my sister's church, I even called him a few times and was like, hey, is there any way I could give a guest presentation at your church? Because I think I have a neat idea everybody would like. And so, yeah, I did go through a period of religious, sort of like really high energy religious thought for like a whole summer after this happened. And that did die off a little bit after that. After that, last semester, I finished graduate school, and I was just so involved in writing my final thesis that I didn't really have time for religion. And I know that's a bad thing to say. Yeah.
What was your thesis on?
I wrote 2 theses in one because I was in 2 master's programs. The title of the thesis is A Cultural History of Alcohol in Europe Before the High Middle Ages. The first part of it is prehistoric archaeology in regards to how Europe was using and making alcohol as early as the Neolithic. And then the history component to it was how alcohol was incorporated into law and economics in the early Middle Ages. So I created this joint thesis for both a master's degree in archaeology and history.
That's cool, dude. That's cool. So you may have had a rough time, but you were able to complete your thesis and get a master's. That's pretty cool, dude. I can definitely tell you're extremely highly intelligent individual. I love talking to very smart people. I I am not the person to judge anybody or anything like that, but I will tell you this, my little piece of advice. And I normally don't give people advice like this because it always comes at a cost, but whatever's attached to you is, I don't know where you picked it up. You know, I try to dig into it a little bit. You push back, so I left it alone. Whatever's attached to you, either you want it there or it's dug in deep. Part of me says you don't have a problem with it being there, but if I'm you, I'm getting rid of that. Because when you picked it, when you called, this whole atmosphere in my house changed, and that's that. It takes a lot to do that. It's not a negative atmosphere. It's not like ooh like, but it tried to change, and it's just my house has a lot of protection on it, and it ain't like
I tried to call you a couple times before since you've been doing this evening Talking Dogman show, and I hadn't been able to do it before because I strongly felt like you were going to say things like this, and I didn't want to invade your space.
well, it's not going to be invaded. You know, I plead the blood of Jesus, and so I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about you. Unless you're sitting here saying to me, what you're kind of admitting is that you know that there's something there, and you're cool with it. If you're cool with that, then that's your life, man. Live your life and enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? That we only get one of them, but I'm just telling you what I'm picking up, and I wouldn't be right if I didn't tell you. Well,
you're
what
right.
I picked up.
You're absolutely right. At one point, I had what I fear was a very strong demonic attachment, which I brought upon myself, not on purpose, but I'm still responsible.
Absolutely.
And I incorporated the help of, well, I guess you could say some occultists, I suppose, to try to help me exercise it. But the methods we used were not Christian methods, I guess you could say. And it seems to have helped to a very great extent. But when I'm under a lot of pressure, I can hear it knocking on the door. If that makes sense.
That makes all the sense in the world. It knocks on bad things knock on everybody's door when they're under pressure. That's when you're at your weakest.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have been fighting that for a long time. And for the most part, I feel like I've gotten it under control. But, yeah, I do feel like there's something out there that pays attention to me, and I'd rather it didn't.
Well, I'll tell you what. God loves you. Jesus loves you. And it's just a matter of you making a decision that you want to be done with that. It's a decision. I'll tell you something. A friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, was plagued with the spirit of infidelity. He couldn't do anything about it. Like, he picked it up as a kid. He lost his virginity because he's a huge guy. So when he was 14, when he was 13, he looked like he was 20. He picked up that spirit as a young man from a grown woman who he had sex with to lose his virginity, and it plagued him his whole life. And one night, he comes over to my house, and he's having a breakdown. We're sitting outside on the porch smoking a cigar. I'm smoking a cigar. He's just talking. And this was one of those times where it was some street drama going on. So we go through all the street shit we need to go through. And so we're just sitting there talking, and he's talking about this chick and that chick. And I said, man, can I be honest with you? And he was like, yeah, you can be honest. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you because I love you. He says, man, tell me. So I started breaking it down to him. I said, man, you picked up the spirit. And I said, I can feel it on you. And I said, you need to break it. So he does 17 days of prayer. On my website, there's this a purple link, and it takes you to the sword of St. Michael. And there's these deliverance prayers and these breaking curses prayers. So he does 17 days. I do 5 of the 17 with him. He got through 17 days, and he hasn't had an issue with it since. His income has increased by 97%. His oldest son got a scholarship, full scholarship to Howard. His youngest son is getting a full scholarship to Florida, University of Florida, to play football. And when we talk, he'll sit there and say, because he calls me Black. I've known him forever. He doesn't call me James. He calls me Black. He'll say, Black, man, that shit changed my life. I can't believe you were able to sense that and feel that. And I was like, man, I've been this way my whole life. I just didn't know what it was. And I said, now that I understand it and I feel it, I know how to use it. And now that I know how to protect myself. So what I can say to you is this: God loves you, and it's up to you to make that decision. I personally think you should make that decision, but you have to make it. And I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you calling me, and because if you had a sense that this would happen, then you trusted me enough to talk to me and know that I wouldn't attack you. You know what I'm saying? And treat you or mistreat you in any way, shape, or form. So I just want to tell you I appreciate you, man, and thank you.
Yeah, I thought that you wouldn't. I didn't think you'd just hang up on me or anything, but as it came up anyway, I felt that it was important for me to admit that, yeah, I had thought about that beforehand.
I got you, brother. Well, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna take the next call. Call back anytime. You're welcome to call, my friend. I got your voice in my head now, so I know who you are.
Excellent. I'll talk to you some other time then. You have a good night.
All right. God bless you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Open lines, baby. That's what open lines is. Open lines is real people talking. Ezekiel. This is Dark Waters. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is my name is Eric Blanco.
Blanco.
I live
Do me a
in
favor,
California.
EB. EB, do me a favor. Turn that off in the background so you won't echo. What's happening with you, man?
Yeah, I just did. Well, a couple of years back, I got into this kind of like this biblical, kind of like I don't know, like it was a confusing time in my thought. I didn't know if I believed it or not. I was going through some things at the time, and I kept going into just researching like the Bible, just going into like the stories, seeing if I could get actual accounts, different languages, something that I could connect to the and I did get to the point of his real name. I got to the point of learning things that I didn't know before I stepped into it, but for some reason it led me into the Dogman phenomena, which is, to me, I didn't expect it to be kind of that sense. I removed myself from religion to study it. I told myself, you know what, I'm going to give it all my effort. I'm not going to say that I could just, I'm going to read the Bible from end to end and it's going to mean anything. I wanted to actually find out what passages meant something for whatever reason. It was something that I needed in my life.
Word.
And this, when I started getting into the Dogman thing, at the time, I wasn't necessarily going to church. I wasn't necessarily arming myself to protect myself from those things.
Uh-huh.
And so when I started getting into the Dogman thing, I went deep. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen read a book called the Encyclopedia of Shapeshifters and Werewolves.
Nope.
It's a great book. I read it a couple years back when I was a teen, and this is accounts and stories of werewolves in Guatemala and Salvador, things that you're thinking that may not exist in your area, but I even heard of accounts of giants being killed in this old man's lifetime. And when he told me the story, I was very young. We were working on my mom's house in Guatemala, and he he kind of just divulged it. You know, he's like, yeah, as a kid, I saw them burying a really, really giant man. And I'm
Wait,
like,
wait, wait, wait. Hold on, hold on. Pause,
okay.
pause, 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 pause. You lost me. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it blinked out on me. So you jumped to this man's story from reading the book. So you were talking
Yeah.
about the book that you were reading. Then you talking about the story in the book, or you talking about a man that you actually met?
So that's where I was getting at.
Okay, gotcha.
And
Just
I'm sorry
give me.
that I
Let
confused
me get
you.
on the same page with you. So you read the book. You
Yeah.
read the book, and so you ended up talking to a guy. That's just want to be clear. That's what we're
Yeah.
saying, right?
So yeah. So when I heard the book, when I had the book, I was 19. I was in a program called Job Corps. So like when I met this man, I was 15. This was before. This the last time I was in Guatemala was 15 years old. It was because my mom had built some property. You know, she had the labor out there is very cheap, so she was building a really big mansion for some reason, and it kind of like didn't pan out. I'm not sure what happened, but I ended up working there, and one of the old men there that would be like a caretaker, the people that stay in the property so it doesn't get robbed or vandalized. Uh, this guy is the one that he told me the story like as almost like a passing, you know, thought.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. And I asked him, I was like, so how tall are you? Are you saying? I mean, you were a kid. How, you know, you guys are kind of short because I'm 6 foot, you know. So in Guatemala, I'm, you know, you'll see tall people in Guatemala, but that'd be very rare and far in
Yeah, you in
between.
the
So,
NBA.
so, so he's like, well, he's like, it took about 8 men to carry the body, and I'm like, 8 men. And I was like, okay, 8 men to carry the body where it was. I'm like, yeah. As a kid, he's like, my daddy was holding my hand and I saw it. And I was like, okay. So what happened to the body? He's like, yeah, I could probably show you where it is.
You
And I'm
gotta
like,
be kidding
like
me.
right now you can show me where it is. And he's like, yeah, I haven't been there in a while, but I'm pretty sure I can find where they buried it. And I was like, and he's an old man already, so you're thinking, okay, you know, this guy probably remembered something else, you know, and maybe I'm not reading this entirely, but the book, how it ties into the book is that after I heard the story and he you know, the property goes bankrupt. I'm not sure what happens to it. I think she sold it. But when I go back to the States and I'm, like I said, I'm 19, I'm in this program, I'm already out of the house. I'm trying to live through the program, and I found the book. It actually starts accounting on wild men that are over 7 feet, and apparently they would not be penetrated by any bullet. And this is in that encyclopedia. And I'm reading the story and I'm reading the book and it's saying Guatemala, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And as I start seeing the region, I think he said like Quetzaltenango or something like that, like a forest in that region. And when I started looking at it in the book, it said Quetzaltenango, and I was like, oh, okay, all right, interesting, okay. So, I mean, as realistic as that may seem to me, to others to be like, no, it just happened. But I mean, I was given the book as a gift for my birthday because it had become like something that everybody knew of me. They even called me the Wolfman, you know, in certain circles. And it was just it almost like I've heard a story like that it obsessed me to learn everything about this dumb topic. And the reason why I feel like I wanted to call in and tell my story is because like 3 years back, I was living in San Fernando Valley in California. And from this point, I am working as a security guard at night. I'm listening nothing to Dogman stories, drawing, and I can draw, so I can, vividly, I even draw the accounts of people's stories, and like I try to make like a sketch of what they saw.
Okay.
And I got to that point. Like I have lot a lot of pictures, you know. And when I when I realized that that was happening, I started kind of like, I don't know, fearing my home at the time. I was renting a house, and I had a garage. That's where I would go and chill, you know, and just sit and draw or do what I needed to do. My kids would be inside the house, so um, I don't know. It was my space, you know. And one day I had three people over. It was my ex mother-in-law. She was staying with me at the time because we had a bit of a friendship at the time. So I invited her to stay over because the kids break, the summer break. So she was taking care of my kids, and the girl that I was, you know, chilling at the time with, we were living at the house, you know, we were holding it down like a, you know, a family. Um, and she saw it first. She looks to the corner of there's two entrances to this garage. It's like a they had remodeled it into like a room, and one of the entrances pointed towards the front of the house, and the other entrance pointed to like a side, so you can access the back. And we saw it on the back door. We would leave that door open because, you know, in California it's nice all the time. You know, it's rare when you see some form of, you know, like bad weather. So you've got the door open most of the time. And we she saw in her description was a standing coyote is what she said. And I'm like, I'm looking at it, and I see a standing gray, no, brown wolf, and the eyes look like candy cane, like it's switching from red to white, and that's what I'm seeing. And but it's not in the physical. It was more like I could see through it. I could see the door behind it, but I could still see it. It was standing on the threshold. Uh, this mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law of mine, she had put salt on all of the door entrances.
Mm-hmm.
Like she just put salt to like cover. And I know that biblically it says that a ring of salt will hold a demon. So like if it's in the Bible, in my head I was thinking, you know, like she did something proper, you know, she protected us. And this thing was not coming inside, but you could tell it was standing right at the threshold. And yeah, if you obsess over this topic, I feel like you invoke something that's kind of like waiting for that person, you know, like baiting them.
Um.
Because if anybody would have gone out, I think that we would have been in some form of danger.
So I'll tell you what you're experiencing. I've said this and I've disclosed this. There is definitely a very very negative spirit that gets worshipped from this topic. When people obsess over it, and the more you obsess over it, especially people who were in a situation like where you were, where you don't realize what you said. So you said, I was studying the Bible and reading the Bible, and I stopped in order to
Yeah.
study Dogman, right? So you literally made a spiritual choice to put the topic in like you. It's like you stopped worshiping God to worship this Dogman entity. So I would, when you first said that, I already knew where this was going, and so that's what led to that encounter. There is a very very strong spiritual element to this and spiritual aspect to it. Um, for example, if I don't have those photos because I don't have the phone, but if we were to take a look at Blue's pictures out of Florida, not the pictures that were public, but the private ones, which I have permission to share now, you will see Bigfoots in one photo. You will see what looks like a dog man in a photo, and then you will see this spiritual entity clearly there in a photo to the point to where it freaked both of us out. Um, and it shows that there are spirits that are associated with these things. If you go back and you just think about from a biblical standpoint, and you think about the concept of fallen angels falling and corrupting the spirits, and I mean, corrupting all the flesh on the planet, and making these abominations that were soulless abominations, but still had spirits, then you kind of can see where there may have been, or you can not see, you can make the leap, or that's not even the word I'm looking for. I don't know why I'm stumbling for words, but you can make the leap of faith that, okay, well, maybe there was this one badass walking wolf back then that was like the alpha of everything. And when it was murdered or when it died, its spirit moved forward. I learned about the fanatical, obsessive, cult like nature when I had my issues with Vic Cundiff. And that's when I realized it was a spiritual attack. If you notice, when I started praying the Psalms publicly, they shut the fuck up all the time. Like they would be going ham, like, and they just shut up. It was like all of it
Yeah.
quit, and I was like, man, this is so spiritual, it's insane. And there were people who was like, well, Dark Waters is in a hoodoo. No, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ, but I understand the power of Scripture. And so when I pray out loud, I understand what it does, and it shut it up and it shut it down. Then you notice after I started doing that, and I did it for over years, you notice all the negative shit that started happening on that man's end, and how that cult seemed to fall apart. And now it's fallen apart, and the truth has been exposed. Pardon me, that's my chair. And the truth about that has been exposed. So you're 100% right. When you obsess over it, you invite spirits in. Those spirits that are associated with those entities are invited in. And unless you're strong enough, unless you protect yourself, you will encounter that. You know, so I'm just glad you let it go. You have let it go, right? Like you ain't like
Well,
freaking out.
see,
Because a
now
few minutes ago you
that's why
said you was drawing shit and scribbling shit. You know what I'm saying?
no, that's why I'm calling, because I that's the warning that I'm trying to give. Because now I definitely have put myself in another level of spiritual, just awakening. I made sure that, like, I let go of my anger. I let go of a lot of frustrations that I had. I got a diagnosis of like health problems not too long ago, and I came out of it, I guess sane, and I think because again I've learned Yeshua, to me is, I know who I believe in. I know what I've seen. I have been, inside of the church, as you say, it really not just a seat warmer, but someone that, wanted to wake up in the morning and pray and read, the Bible as much as I could. As much as I know I've forgotten a lot of it, but as much as I remember, it stayed with me. And I know that in the times when it was dark and I didn't have anyone to guide me, I spoke to my inner self, and I spoke to God, and that's how I got to these points. Like, for instance, like there's funny things that I in my personality that I found out that other people don't have, and I believe it's because God gave me that gift. For one, I have, as funny as it sounds, no shame. No shame in my game. I don't get embarrassed, and I don't know why that happens. Like, if people are like, oh yeah, you get embarrassed, I'm like, no. Go talk to that cute girl over there, and I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to say? Like, oh, go, ask for a number. Okay, and I go and I ask for a number. She said, I don't know, so say yes or no, but there was not like a constant fear of me being like ridiculed or what other people thought. I never had it in my head to begin with. So when I would socially be there, I would be just sitting there, like, and thank God that I have a woman that sees something in me that she wants to be with. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that because socially, I can bring up a room. I can make everyone smile. I can throw jokes and make sure that they're happy and okay. I can do that. But before it was more like a forced reaction to like not having to deal with people. Like, I would make them laugh so I could just, okay, I'll see you guys later. Like, and make my exit and never be there. And I do have family I don't speak to the same way because it's been that way. And as now I look at when I hear you and I hear, I do watch Vault, and and DDoS. I got um I've heard you since, like, maybe 4 or 5 years back. So it's not like I didn't know who you were. I just like I needed to say it just so people know that, like, they can get into a topic, they can definitely like study it, but know that you're opening yourself to something that maybe you weren't thinking that had to invite. Um, I have a great life now, and I can thank God clearly, because if who else, there'd be no one else for me if it wasn't for him. Uh, and I've done so many crazy things in my life that I should have, I should at least been like crippled, like at least not like
Should have
like
something should be permanently damaged, right, bro?
something like I cracked my head when I was 4. I don't know if that kind of like threw off the gears or not, but I was 4 years old, cracked my head, and I've had so many paranormal encounters, like ghosts in Guatemala. I heard the Wailing Woman. Dude, I was outside in a van when stupid thing went, like, outside. Like, we're talking about lechuza, which is a witch that can turn into like an owl.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Okay. So like, I've had cryptid encounters that, like, to me aren't talked about, because, to be honest with you, they're in folklore, and they're like, you hear someone say, "Oh yeah, you heard what, a banshee?" Because if you go into another country, you go into Europe or you go into the Isles, they have that. They have a banshee, and if you hear the descriptions, it's the same thing as La Llorona.
Down here we call it a
And
banshee. We definitely have it down here where I go fishing.
yeah, and you hear them. It's a thing. Like, as a kid, I knew it, because the minute that I heard it, my entire skin wanted to walk away. That's a feeling. Right?
He said my skin. Wait, I'm gonna use that. He said my skin
all
wanted
the
to walk
all
away.
the little
That's
goosebumps are
very
like,
descriptive.
for sure. And always you hear them near rivers. So, like, that has to be a connection. Why is water so powerful that they say, like, I listen to Dave Pilates, and to be honest with you, I listen to him in the morning before anyone else. Like, I think that his work is so important, because people are literally not putting in an effort to thinking, hey, this person, like, disappeared in mysterious ways, and we're not gonna, like, really study on why. Like, okay, yeah, corner. Like, I found out about corners. Corners they're not all of them are certified. Sometimes it's the same law enforcement that's in the town, or the sheriff, or whoever has to deal with the corpse, and it boggles my mind that person is the one that's going to determine how that person died. Like, okay, yeah, his experience may talk about something, but he's not a doctor. He's not a qualified person that has gone to school for it. It just boggles my mind that some of these cases are just, well, what if it is a Bigfoot, that just snatches you, and it's on the tree, so it doesn't leave any goddamn footprint on the ground. You don't never know.
Nah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. All right, buddy. I'm gonna let you go because I'm getting ready to close this out soon. I
Mhm.
appreciate you calling in, Blanco.
Dude, I've been listening to you for years. Thank you very much. Don't listen to the haters. I heard that guy that cussed you out on the call. Hilarious.
Oh, that was a fuck boy, man.
Hilarious.
Like, I didn't mind. Like, if you gonna curse me, man, stay and take the. Don't be like hit and run. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bitch. Let me tell you something, dog. We can go back and forth, but you fuck you, you nigger, you this, and click. Oh boy, you's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Stay on the line, bitch.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So you get this work. All right, brother. I appreciate you, man, and I think it's a great warning for people. It really is.
All right, man. Thank you very much for speaking with me. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Take it easy. That boy said, "Make my skin won't run off." That's funny. All right, we putting the end of that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we wrapping it up. We've been going for a hot minute. We got the stream running. Now, guys, notice, let me say this. Notice how on camera now, the eyeball, which was moving and darting back and forth while he was out there, is chilling. It's not doing nothing. It's like it's freaking hibernating. But when he was out there, remember, it was swaying from here to here to here to here. It got way bigger, like it came in closer. Like right now, it's like just that chilling. But when he was out there, it was going ape shit crazy. It was over here. 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 It was up there. It was over here. It was up there. But now that is just chilling. And I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think because that camera gives that purple light, that it's just standing there staring at that light. Maybe it thinks that light is a person, and it's just like maybe they're in a stare off. Like I'm the alpha, and I'm gonna keep looking at you no matter what. I'm gonna keep my eye on you because notice it's actually way smaller, even when you zoom in. Look at it. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And if you did, be there on Halloween night because I'm gonna tell some scary stories. Halloween night. I'm gonna go into demons. I'm gonna go into everything while Vault. I'm gonna try and scare the shit out of Vault while he's sitting out, which I don't think he has a fear bone in his body. I'm gonna tell some wicked stuff on Halloween night. I'm gonna go ham. So you're gonna want to be here, not over there, not over there, not over there. You're gonna want to be here on Halloween night. I promise you. You're gonna want to be here with me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna shut it down. Time to get a lot of dough and get a lot of sleep, man. Time to get a lot of dough and a lot of sleep.
Trying to get a lot of dough. Anything is possible. Turn me up in the headphones. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah. Trying to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause
anything is possible.
Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Yeah, all I know is get paper. All I do is shit major. Bought a condo on the top floor and the building's a skyscraper. Feeling like I'm Kobe, LeBron for the Lakers. Feeling like I'm Idris, Paul Walker, Taker. New Rollie, no diamonds in it. New Porsche, all dimes in it. I'm infatuated with fine women. Corona extra with the lime in it. Just a shapes to Henny. Used to be a penny pincher. Now I'm in plenty business. Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Yeah. We grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. I lean with it, I rock with it. Locks under my socks fitted. Tahoe with the black tint. Houston girl, heavy accent, but my whole swag is magic. High five, fantastic. Make the money stretch like elastic. Making moves that you couldn't imagine. Eating, still watching my calories. Just to pull in that big boy salary. It's just the way that it has to be. I'm a bad boy, Mike Lowry. While I'm sipping this Henny, and all of my niggas is with me. Yeah, grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Grind hard, nigga, on guard.
Yeah. Grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Hey. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible. Hey. I grind to get a lot of dough and dirt through all the obstacles, cause anything is possible. Yeah. Oh man, I got a lot of gold. Stack that bread and by my nose. Anything is possible.
and gentlemen, y'all have a fantastic night. Thank you to all the moderators who take time out of their evening to hang out with me in the chat. I love you guys. Vault, Lakia, Sunshine, Sean, Connor was in here earlier. Thaddeus, Wes. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You are the shizzle. You are the shizzle swizzle. I'll be back with this show on Monday night. I won't be doing any lives this weekend. I gotta go catch me some catfish because I want me a black and catfish sandwich. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I will see you later. If you haven't joined IamDarkWaters.com, sign up at IamDarkWaters.com. If you want to be a part of the Dogman Cams project, go to DogmanCams.com. Sign up, become a member. And we are rolling out to other cameras. And if my man's got a drone, I'm going to get that drone out of him. He said he got one. I'm going to get that drone out of him. You dig? And we're going to figure out how to do that. All right, guys. Good night.